From the mountains to the prairies, from sea to shining sea, this is the land of the free. Baby, God bless the USA. Standing on the edge of the Grand Canyon wide, red rocks glowing in the evening tide, eagles soaring high above the pines, heart beating strong with these stars and stripes of mine. From New York City lights to the California coast, barbecue smoke and the ones we love the most, pickup trucks rolling down a dirt road track, fireworks popping, never looking back. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I'd gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Oh. Down in Texas, longhorns running free, sweet tea sipping under live oak trees. Up in Michigan, lakes so blue and deep, fishing with my buddies, secrets we keep. From Nashville honky-tonks to Nashville neon glow, country roads taking me home, don't you know? We got burgers grilling, cold beer in hand, freedom ringing loud across this promised land. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I'd gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. We got the Rockies punching through the sky, Mississippi rolling, never saying goodbye, Hollywood dreams and Wall Street hustle, small town churches, muscle on muscle. We fight for what's right, we forgive when we can. From the amber waves to the home of the brave man, no other place I'd rather plant my boots. This red, white, and blue runs deep in my roots. Sunrise over the Smokies, fog lifting slow, kids playing ball in the backyard glow, veterans marching in the hometown parade, flags waving high for the price that was paid. We got cowboys riding, farmers in the field, factory workers giving all they've got to yield. From Alaska's midnight sun to Hawaii's shore, this land is ours forevermore. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, bless the USA. From Cape Coral to the Heartland, coast to coast, we stand together, proud as hell. God bless the United States of America forever.
All right, hello everybody. I'm getting some errors from YouTube, so I don't know what's going on. Some of their streams are struggling that I'm watching as well, so I'm not sure if it's on my end or the internet or YouTube or whatever, but we're going to keep an eye on that. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth. This is a special Saturday edition. We've got 3 different things we're going to be monitoring today. We've got severe weather in the south and also moving into the northeast. We've got a number of severe weather warnings right now. The tornado warning has been allowed to expire that we had a few minutes ago. We still have 8 severe thunderstorm warnings, so we will be going through that as well. We're also watching, it's in the wee hours of the morning now, like 4 in the morning, or I'm sorry, after midnight anyway, over in the Middle East. It's the wee hours, whatever you want to call it. And so we're watching their 4 cameras out of the Middle East, but at least 3. It looks like one of them is duped up, but we're watching those as well. And we are also watching a number of protests. Most of these are in New York. And again, I'm having issues with some streams and not others, which is weird. I'm going to continue to try to resolve this. We're going to try to pick up some natural sound here. We will be broadcasting throughout the day and the night, and we will be going all the way until probably around midnight or so tonight Eastern time. So we're going to let that go. And let's see what I want to see if we can hear this. Let me see if we can hear this. Of course, as soon as I go live, everything quits working, but we're going to just keep right on plugging away here with whatever we can. All right, number 3. Let's see if we've got the audio there. The moment I get everything going, it just goes to shit. So many of these people, they come on for 20 minutes and then they're gone. All right, stay with us. This will be continuing coverage through the day and the evening here on Starship Adventures.
This one in the red has a thing for me. She keeps going after me. Yeah, she keeps blocking my camera. I don't know why. I gotta find out who she is.
Yeah, Kevin, I'm having some real issues here, but it seems to be stabilizing. I'm going through everything I'm running in my system. I'm running an extremely fast gaming type system here. It's a Ryzen 9 and it's maxed out on everything, and I can't understand why we normally don't have this kind of issue. But I'm looking to close down everything I possibly can here and see if that helps.
How do you feel about Trump's view of the Constitution?
This thing is really struggling tonight. I don't know. Or today. Jesus.
Thank you, Snooks. So Tommy's left. Protest seems to be winding down. We've got a big crowd around Nico, Scuba, Tinkerton, Ground Zero.
My God, what is this thing doing?
Show you some interpretation.
I think he might have had to restart. Let me start the stream up here again. Listen to these deranged people. Listen to the derangement. I'm looking for cameras, guys. I'm always looking for cameras. I'm looking for anything that's live. I think there might be some internet challenges at the location of some of these things, because some of them are coming in fine and some of them are yippee skippy. All right, I'm getting all these holes filled. This should be the last one here.
What the hell was that? Was that Timu Little Richard?
I'm 5'4" and I'm tough.
Again, come to the same place.
why these leftists, man, they always go for the bad guy. They always love the bad guy, whether it's the dictator king in Venezuela, whether it's the Ayatollah dictator king from Iran. The left loves their dictators, yet they're always accusing Donald Trump of being a dictator. It's almost laughable. All right, let's take a quick look at the weather here. I'm going to turn the gnats down just a little bit here. All right, so here's what we've got. This is a large system that stretches from Mexico all the way to Canada. We're literally, I mean, without exaggeration here, this thing goes from all the way down here near the border of, look at this. It starts right down here on the Texas-Mexico border, and it comes all the way up here and goes way up into Canada and ends up here almost in a polar region. So it's kind of crazy when you think about it, but it's a very large storm system. We've got a number of areas we're watching. I can get most of it in one shot here. If you look in the very bottom corner down here, this is where the bad weather starts, and it moves up through Mississippi, and it's moving right through west central, or I should say just western Tennessee, and then moving up into Kentucky, and then up all the way up and out, and coming into western West Virginia right now. So this is a very large storm system. We also, if you notice, even way up here in Pennsylvania, we've got some severe weather warnings up here that are going on, and so we're going to be watching this. Earlier there was active tornado warnings further down in this area down here. We're watching for active tornado warnings. I've got the alerts turned up. You will hear them at home. The sound that goes mack 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 is some kind of warning, normally a thunderstorm warning. If you hear the one that sounds like a little siren, that is an actual tornado warning. And I think I've got them working right tonight. Let's hope they're working right tonight, so that we know what's going on. Because last night it just kept going off over and over and over, and I don't even know why it did that. I've reset everything. Hopefully it won't do it again. Yeah, they just want to make chaos. Trump's on the way back to Florida. That's cool. Yep, he's a very big supporter of our military. Donald Trump is. Absolutely. All right, so let's continue to watch what we've got here. We've got most of these protests, most of them are in New York, which means it'll be dark there in less than 2 hours. The ones out in Portland, they're a lot further along. They're going to have another 3 hours of sunlight. Okay, I got to save my voice this weekend, so I'm not going to be monologuing the whole time. I will be cycling on and off here, oh, did they? That doesn't surprise me. They got maced. All right, that sounds good. Let's see here. I'm going to be switching back and forth. We're going to be watching the radar as alerts come in. We've also got this very active weather down here moving into Jackson, Mississippi, Ridgeland. It's another batch coming into Vicksburg now. So this whole area down here, this has been some pretty strong weather. Notice the light blue boxes. Those are all special weather statements. And then these other weird color boxes, these are power outages, so we're already seeing power outages related to this storm. Not a whole lot, but some. A few hundred power outages in a number of different counties there. I don't know if our bandwidth can handle it, but let's see if we can put up a couple of these cameras. On fiber, I rarely see this where it's like I'm challenged on bandwidth tonight, and I don't know why. Yeah, I'm not going to put up those. They're not showing much anyway. Okay, so there we go. There's that. Let's see here. Yeah, the good news is we've depleted Iran's ability to launch drones by 80-something%. We've lowered their ability to launch missiles by 83%, I think. So, I mean, we're pretty good right now about that as far as we've gotten that stuff down. Now, if we get tornadoes on the ground here in a little while, I'm going to put on scanner feeds as well. But for right now, I'm going to take some natural sound from the protests that are going on. So this is going to be kind of a mixed bag. I'm not covering one thing right now. I'm covering three things. I'm covering the protests that are going on coast to coast right now, the anti-American protests, as well as the MAGA counter protests. And I'm also watching the conflict in Iran. I'm not calling it a war anymore because it's not a war. We need to watch the vernacular. It's not a war. This conflict has been going on for 47 years. It's not a war. It is a conflict, and we're ending it. So there you go. All right. And so we're going to be watching that. And then third, we are watching severe weather and a very long storm system that stretches from Tijuana, Mexico, all the way up to Niagara Falls in Ottawa. So we're you talk about a crazy long storm. There it is, and it is moving across. All right, so I'm going to keep watching that, and we're also going to keep watching this, our 4 views. Looks like one of them's duplicated now, but anyway, 3 live views, 2 from Tel Aviv and 1 from Beirut. And God, I keep hearing weird noises, but I think it's coming over the audio here.
But that reminds me, as Shane would say, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe, you guys. Doesn't cost anything to subscribe.
That stream is really struggling.
Going live if you sign up for that.
Are you still running? I don't know how much did you show?
1 minute ago. Oh yeah, the whole time. I got so much. I know. I saw you everywhere.
I usually try to post, well, now that I'm on YouTube, I'll
I was
post
saying
all the
fuck,
live streams
remember?
from us are on YouTube.
I was telling them fuck. I was on there.
It's not you, it's X.
You know what it is?
So if I restream from YouTube.
Yeah, Iran, they came out today. Now they're apologizing for indiscriminately attacking innocent countries around them that had nothing to do with it. Well, there you go. There you go. You can apologize for that, dumbass. I mean, come on. Seriously. They get attacked clearly by the United States and by Israel. And so they attack Qatar. They attack the United Emirates, or the United Arab Emirates, I'm sorry. And they keep attacking Beirut, and they're attacking Syria. What are they doing? What are you doing? Morons. You can't even fight one war, and you're starting 3 more, you dumbass. I don't know what they're thinking. But then again, it's Iran. They don't make great decisions. They're kind of like the Democrats. They just go on and on and on, making bad decisions. Yes. Yes, thermal scan. Gas is up. It's up about 10, 15 cents here as well. It's going to go up. It's going to come back down. That's just the way it is. You can't panic when it goes up and hooray when it goes down. It is what it is, you know? You got to look at it this way. Gas was down $1 something from when Biden was president. So the fact that it's up 20 or 30 cents now, although alarming and not good, I don't like it, but I happen to also know from something I read yesterday that they're doing everything they can right now to release more oil. Between the Venezuela thing you guys know about, we're getting a lot of that control and a lot of that oil back that was basically stolen from us and our private corporations that were over there operating when that last regime took over. And then we're also, he's opening up even more of everything. Except the reserves. We're not opening up the reserves like that idiot did.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, they keep doubling down, but they're running out of anything to double down with at this point.
Fight us? Explain that one to me.
Yeah, that's a problem, neighbor. If we can't get the Bay of Hormuz, if we can't get this moving, that oil's going to stack up, and they'll eventually have to shut down some things. And when they start shutting down refineries and they start shutting down drilling and stuff like that, sometimes it takes a while to get that stuff back up to speed again. I really hate to see this happen because this will affect global fuel prices for 3, 6, 9 months. And I really don't want to go into the midterm elections with high gas prices because people will read that the wrong way. And we certainly don't want that.
It's so disrespectful. Yeah. You gonna walk? I'll walk with you. All right. Are you where I am?
I'm also checking storm chasers because I got storm chasers out everywhere. They're out right now doing their thing, and I don't want to miss them if they get out there and start getting some good footage.
Appreciate it. You guys make it all worth it. Say goodbye now. Petro, my name is.
We had some good chase footage last night. A lot of it came from some chasers working for TV9 from Central Oklahoma. But there was some. They got some decent stuff last night. We actually could see the damn thing.
Maybe we should not. And we have some.
They don't want to file their report. So if they show the footage of what they were doing, it shows you they were in the wrong. They were in the wrong. So
Just when you think you can go home.
I don't know.
Okay, are you, let me film. All right, thank you for watching.
down to bus terminal.
What are they doing?
They are probably doing some. Look, there's a mask. Oh, what happened?
What are you doing? I'm just thinking the other side. What happened? Absolutely. Why you say that?
It's on YouTube. I mean, yeah, it's on YouTube. Like, even if we didn't want you to see it. Yeah, I know.
Okay, none of the big chasers are live right now, which tells me they're all on standby. They're just waiting to see where it's going to drop out here.
Jeff says run away from her.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. Smash that like button.
Damn it. God, I hate this thing.
Yeah, they were physically blocked. Wow. We've got the entire central precinct here.
Yeah. let's see, what else do we got going on out there? Northern Hillbilly. I don't get into any of the digital currency. None of it. I won't touch it. I want nothing to do with it. Sorry. It's hard enough for me to trust our own American dollar. I'm certainly not going to trust. I don't trust anything on the internet. I barely trust Amazon. Are you kidding me? Yeah. That's kind of just wake up and your money's gone one day kind of shit. I have no way of proving I had it. You got that guy right now that's down here somewhere. He's got a hard drive that he threw out that has a code on it, and that code's worth all this money in Bitcoin, and he can never get it. It's gone because it's digital, and I don't know. I just don't trust it. I'm good. I swear the best way to save money right now is bury it in your backyard in a Ziploc bag. That's the best way to do it right now. Yeah, you're better off converting it into cans and burying those cans of food, but that's just me. Because you'll need food more than money. I'd say bury gasoline, but it don't last well. Cans of food buried underground you can eat 10 years from now.
Except you're usually wearing the helmets and all.
Yeah, again, neighbor, gas doesn't work that way on the market. The market affects what gas is in the market. It doesn't really matter where that gas came from or what that gas cost when it was originally extracted from the ground or when it was refined into gasoline. None of that really matters. What matters is right now the market is this, and that's what you pay. So to say that the producers are gouging, I will agree with you that they tend to ramp the price quicker than they need to. And yeah, I guess in that respect, there probably is a little bit of what you want to call mild gouging going on, but they're not literally just doing something that's crazy. It's warranted what they're doing. I just think they do it a little fast. So there you go. Yeah, I've got some precious metals, but I'm not. When the end of the world comes, all that's going to matter is that you can purify your own water, and that you have food hidden somewhere that no one else knows where it's at. And just remember, if 4-pack can of green beans can feed you for 7 or 10 days. I don't know. I used to be one of these guys that was going to live forever. I was going to be the last man standing. I was going to be the guy in the movie that's the last one. I'm old and fat now. You got to be kidding me. I'm a feeder. There's no way, man. I'll go early on because I don't feel like dealing with it anymore. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a lot of lightning associated with this line of thunderstorms. God bless these videos. And it switches to the most ignorant. Why does YouTube not give me another video like the one I was watching? Doesn't that seem like it would be like maybe another protest video or I don't know. I guess then I wouldn't be able to notice it's changed or something, and I guess that would be bad too. But I just hate that it like goes to some guy ranting and raving about something or whatever. I mean, next thing you know, it's going to go to some broke dick ad or something. Something you probably never thought about. They approached the host of my radio show and said, "Hey, Trey, we've got a new advertiser we want you to sponsor." They want to sponsor. All right. He goes, all right, I got space for one more. What do they do? And he said, they basically have treatments that make your penis work when it doesn't work. And they help your testosterone, and they make you feel more like a man, and they help you with your health when you get older and stuff like that. But one of the things is, they help you with your sexual performance and sexual ability and things like that. He's like, I'm not advertising that. He said, are you kidding me? He says, how do I even start that ad? Hi, I'm Trey. My dick's broke. So, I mean, how do you start that out? Hi, I'm Trey. My shit still works. But, I mean, how do you even start that ad as a man, right? Trey's like, forget about it. I'm not doing it. A week later, I'm sitting there in the control room and I hear the morning show. Jason Big Mama Jones comes on and he's like, hey, it's Jason Big Mama Jones. Your shit not working? I got some shit that'll fix it up for you. I'm like, oh my God, he took that ad. I can't believe he's doing an endorsement for a broken dick ad. That's awesome, dude. We take some balls, pun intended, to do an ad like that. What do I think of Tucker Carlson? I think he's a very smart man, and I think sometimes he goes off the rails just a little bit. I don't know. I wish that he would see things a little more like the rest of us do sometimes. I don't know. I used to be quite a fan. Now I'm just kind of, I don't dislike the guy. It's one of those kind of things. I don't watch him anymore. He's now on his own thing. So,
Baba says he used to sit here with his girlfriend.
With first girlfriend, right?
First girlfriend.
And
What was her name? What was her name?
yeah, deploribus. That's a real problem, and that affects your truckers, the tankers. That affects the distribution centers. That affects the pipeline operators, and that affects the end line gas stations. Yes, you are correct. And they can also get some of that back on the other end, but then we're back to that whole charge you more when you don't need to thing. I don't know. I get it. It's a very deep, complicated thing, and you and I are both kind of hitting the surface of it. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not good. But that's why the moment that they hear the prices going up, they go ahead and dial their prices up. Is that right? God, I don't know. It's the way they do it. You tell me. That's the way they do it. Because they have to be ready for whatever that price is going to be when it comes around again. All right, stand by. I'm looking for videos. They're coming and going really fast tonight.
I don't know what is happening. What are we gonna? Is it go Dundas? Okay, we're gonna go Dundas. Right here. Okay, we're gonna go Dundas. I don't know. He says we cannot film here. I don't understand why.
And again, there's a lot of spoofing going on. I'm trying to make sure I'm only giving you guys live videos. That's the hardest thing I do on this channel, is trying to make sure that the videos are all current. Because everybody's... see, that's a repeat of this one.
Not even.
Damn it.
So I don't understand. Yeah.
The thumbnail that it shows me is very different than what it actually looks like, so I don't realize it's a duplicate until I stick it in the hole. And that guy, oh my Lord.
You made a big deal out of it now.
Oh, it's the no war on Iran protest. We don't want a war in Iran. We want peace and all that, man.
From the mall.
Can't we get some peace?
We'll be filming inside. Right? That's so stupid.
Fix, man. Peace will fix everything, man.
Welcome to the new Canada.
Peace has always fixed everything, man.
Exactly. So how do you justify, right?
What it is they don't want you to film them doing something wrong.
Israel is up! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free,
Stop arming Iran. So what? Just let them sit there and get their ass kicked and watch it happen from space? Is that what you want us to do?
hands up Iran!
I will put him on YouTube.
Man, there is protests going on everywhere.
Hands up!
There's a big one going on in Africa right now. There's like 1,000 people, 1,000 women all marching in black burqas.
From Iran to Palestine!
Isn't that great? They'll let them march in a protest, but they won't let them show their face. That's why when I hear these women's Libby type liberal victim-looking people that are always out looking for victims, and then they support Iran. They support a place think about this now. They support Iran. These women support a place that won't even let them show their face. They support a place where if you're caught out without your burqa on, they'll stone you to death. But yet it's okay. They're in a place where if they find out you're gay, they take you up to the roof and they throw you off. Yet the liberals love them. The liberals love Islamic terrorists. I don't understand why. I'll never understand. Hey, Carlotta, what's up? Oh, Carlotta, I don't go that far, but I think they do need a dose of reality, or maybe Trump and all. I don't know. I'm waiting for some trolls to come in. I'm going to do my Trump and all endorsement. We got to remember. A lot of you may not have seen it, but there's 5 new products, including Trump-ons, the MAGA absorbing tampon. What language is she speaking? Is she speaking Iranian right now? I can't even tell what she's saying. She's just like yelling sounds out of her mouth hole.
From Iran to Palestine.
Daba daba daba.
From Iran.
Rico Suave.
Palestine. From Iran to Palestine. From Iran to Palestine. London, let's make some noise. Make sure they hear. Our next speaker is here, the General Secretary of the campaign.
If you're paid by a rich person to be here, please move to the left side of the road. Thank you.
Today's rally, please make some noise for Sophie Ball.
Yeah, she's speaking bullshit.
It's so amazing to see so many of you in our tech for the cloud.
Maybe we need some Trump ears.
They hit like a something basically on the block. I think it might have been like one of the buildings or something like that. Government building. I don't exactly know what it was, but essentially the impact of it was felt in every residential area and every building in the neighborhood of where the bomb was dropped, and the proximity of it was basically shaken. So that's how close like our families are to the bombing, to the targets.
Howdy how?
With them being in such close proximity, I mean, what's the emotion inside of you, like when you see like the images on the news? I mean, maybe it's like the family. I don't know how close you are to anyone.
That sounds like that wench Greta Thunberg.
Knowledge that your tax dollars are going to bombing your family members over there. Yeah, it is a wild experience as an Iranian for the president of ICE to bomb the city.
Yeah, we had some just light rain here a couple times earlier. It wasn't enough to count for anything. And boy, we are in one hell of a drought here. Everything in my yard is brown.
With my tax dollars. Very, very strange. And it's not an experience that I would really, wish upon anyone. So,
Hello, this is nothing to do with not in this little bloody house in 47, you know what I mean? Hello. I'm a pissed off blue-haired bitch and I'm not doing what 40 saying, you know what I mean? I could do this. I could go out and do this, right? I mean, I could go out and just pretend to be one of them one day and just totally go crazy and just act like a complete nutcase.
yelling out, not nearly as numerous as who was actually in the demonstration, to point out, but people who still like screaming out like, thank you, Trump. What's your message to people who are
Big orange man comes in me sleep, fucking A. Oh my God, these liberals are something else, dude. Oh. I came across the pond to yell at you bastards. Yeah, I saw you guys had some heavy rain. They had it in Charlotte too on Thursday, but there was but we didn't get much here. Deploribus, we go in and out of red flag warnings, depending on the humidity and stuff like that. But we are in a 4 out of 5 drought right now. There's only one level higher than we are. We are considered an exceptional drought right now. Yeah, we need 20 inches of rain stat, and I don't see it. I don't see it till July 1st is when our rainy season starts, like June 15th. Bloody no! Hello, I'm going to screech Simo. The scorpions are panhandling for water. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, Texas, you guys are droughted up just like we are. It's bad down here. We have not seen drought numbers this high in 25 years.
Dropping bombs is not going to get people to rise up like Trump is saying and overthrow the government that people think it is. What is only going to happen and what we're seeing in Iran right now...
Orange man bad. He comes in me sleep.
Everybody is rallying around the flag. And that's how our people have basically fought these wars throughout history and survived. We've survived for thousands of years because in times of distress, whatever, we know how to unite together. So I don't know where people are getting this delusional idea that Trump dropping bombs and Netanyahu dropping bombs on Iran is going to save us.
In recent days, we've seen reporting come out from ABC News and a few other outlets that President Trump has at least discussed the idea of putting troops on the ground in Iran. Where do you see this leading if the U.S. does take that step? Like you were drawing the direct parallels to Iraq. I mean, do you see, like, are we on that trajectory in your eyes?
They're trying. The thing is like...
Up at that base, protesters are taking part in direct action.
They're playing around with different things that we've seen in these conflicts, especially in Syria.
Are we sure that's not that wench Greta Thunberg?
Or it's with the government of Azerbaijan, it seems, if you've been following the news, Azerbaijan and the government of Iran have been exchanging...
Yeah, Dom, we need a tropical storm to park its ass right over South Florida. That's exactly what we need. My name's Ian. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth. Coverage continues. Stay with us. I'll be right back.
Or it's going to be, like ethnic sort of like separatist groups who may have their own views and problems with the government, whether they're Kurds or something like that, in the ground like we saw in Syria. And in either direction, Iran has stated that they're ready for it, and if American troops do go into the ground, they're going to become a lot of American families going to see their loved ones come home to body bags. And if they do play those proxy games of playing off that tension, it's just going to get much worse, and it's going to be a very bloody, unfortunately terrible conflict.
With the U.S. They need to break the military alliance with Trump. They need to end permissions for the use of the bases, and they need to stop the active military support for this illegal war. Because we have to stop it, this catastrophic drive to war. We know that military experts are saying the only way to bring about regime change in Iran is through a ground invasion. And we know that Trump is already trying to prevent civil war in Iran, a country of 95 million people. Just think of the carnage, the utter devastation that is going to cause.
I think, it seems like especially if we look at the way that the Bush administration sold the war on Iraq to the public, and if we look at like now, you know, back then Colin Powell went to the United Nations and he said, we have reasons to believe that Saddam has WMD, and he's like, we've got to liberate the Iraqi people. They used to have to do so much more to get people and sell the war. Basically, what we're seeing from this administration is that they're gaslighting. They're saying, and they're basically like, they started the war, then they say, oh, we're not in a war. This isn't a war, this is a military effort. Or they say that Iran started this war. Iran is waging war on us, we're not waging war, we're not at war. And basically, they're having a much more difficult time to
unfortunately, Jeremy Corbyn couldn't be here with us today. However, he has sent a statement which I'm going to read out.
As we see,
I'm sorry I cannot be with you today for this demonstration. I'm in Amsterdam with the Hague Group, a historic meeting of 40 states which seek to hold Israel accountable for its genocide in Gaza. We oppose the genocide in Gaza for the same reason we oppose the illegal war against Iran.
It's an illegal war. Bloody hell.
Of all people to decide their own future.
Even stupid people like me.
You have mobilized here in London today because you know the truth. The attacks by Israel and the United States on Iran were illegal, unprovoked, and unjustified.
Oh yeah, unprovoked, you stupid bitch.
More than 1,200 people have been killed, including more than 100 school children.
Oh Christ.
What inhumanity! Today, mothers and fathers will be grieving the loss of their children.
My bike is right now like not
will stay
exactly.
with them forever.
There's some problems with it. I
War
gotta probably
is not
fix the tubing,
today.
but I'm thinking of just like
It has
fixing up my
real
bike now
life
and just like riding my
human
bike around.
consequences.
And when I can, there are times when it's
and
not
Israel
like super
must be
snowy.
held
Yes, I oppose Hamas in Gaza as well. Hamas is a terrorist organization and should be drummed out of existence on this planet.
Prime Minister said it was allowed in the US to use UK bases to strike Iran. He tells us these are defensive strikes only. What nonsense! A bomb is a bomb. And however our Prime Minister describes these strikes, human beings will mourn the deaths of
where
their
they're
loved
hitting in
ones
Iran,
all the same.
I think about, because one of the things I've always wanted to do
In
is it's been a while since I've been back to Iran. I've always wanted to go back to Iran, visit family. It's been like maybe like, 15, 16
and we
years
were
since I've seen some
ignored.
of these people who live
But we are here today to say loudly and clearly, do not drag Britain into another illegal war.
They hit, Azadi Stadium, which is a football stadium where like the two best
whose Prime
teams
Minister
in
has
Iran
said
for
very
separate
clearly
like
that we are
train and
not
they play a
getting
game.
involved in this
I'm a soccer
illegal
fan, so they
war
play like the
in
Tehran
any way
Derby there
whatsoever.
every year, and it looks like that's the story. They destroyed Mehrabad Airport, so
too
that's one
long,
of the
the
main
UK
airports
has
in
blindly followed the
Iran,
US
and it's like the other
as
one
it
being Imam Khomeini
indulges
in Tehran.
in
And it's like I
catastrophic
think about that a lot.
interventions
It's like
around the
how
world.
much is going to be
We are
destroyed at the
here
end of this,
to
like we've seen
defend
in so
something
many
different.
places, especially
A
in
foreign policy based on cooperation, equality, and sovereignty.
Has been the subject of its own.
We are a movement for a more human
She dares mention sovereignty. These people are anti-sovereignty.
going away.
But now perhaps that country is also preparing for an occupation, an American occupation of its own. I'm just curious, what do you think these campaigns, both abroad, what we've seen in Iran, Venezuela, and potentially Cuba shortly, and then the domestic campaign of occupation of cities here in the United States, what does it say about this administration?
Hands off Palestine!
It says, what it tells me is that this
Our next
administration
speaker
to
one of the co-organisers.
But neither's our
of today's
governor.
rally.
Did you all know that our governor is
Very warm
actually from
welcome
Pennsylvania?
to Shamil, Georgia.
So, oh yeah, the chat says Shane with. That's Laura. Laura says hi.
Hi, Laura.
Good afternoon, London! Good afternoon, London!
Here we go. All right, here we go. This is where I may have to put the earplugs on. It's like, all right.
We are here again and we are tired, but we are here. Because how can we see school children being bombed, hospitals again being bombed, and how can we not come out? How can we stand on? We must come out, we must stand, and we must use our voices.
But did she get run out of PA? She was a commercial diver when she was young, and she developed some kind of problem with her ears because of the pressure, and she couldn't do the job anymore.
Today
I don't want any muff diver jokes. See, Nico and Chris. No, Chris is going to do laundry today and sleep in. Nico's on her way, but she was having some getting ready issues and needed a little bit more time. But she is en route, I hope.
cancelled by Israel. The freedom of worship is being cancelled by Israel.
Whoa, Tommy just turned up the volume.
And we stand here.
You could probably hear this in Alabama.
This is just your typical protesters out here. They don't know what they're protesting. They couldn't define what they're protesting. They couldn't tell you the difference between a fascist and a socialist. They couldn't tell you any of the things they're talking about. They got things written on their sign that they don't even know what they say in a glossary about. It's absolutely amazing to me that such uneducated and unworldly people end up in these protests. It really is. It's amazing. And they all go out and they all protest and they make a big deal. And when you ask them one question, they just start cussing at you because they don't know the answer. They don't know the answer. They have no idea. And so, like Dehydrated Water said, they don't even understand the words that they use. And then, neighbor, you're correct. They get what they even. I even think these chants come out of AI. I've heard some new chants lately, and they're very AI-ish. And I think that they're literally going to AI and saying, we're anti-ICE, and we don't know what to say. What kind of chant could we say? And I almost think that's what's going on. All right, I see a hole just popped up. I'm working on that one. Guys, we're using the left and right ear separately. I suggest headphones. Where's all the trolls tonight, man? No trolls tonight. Do you believe that? I wanted to sell some more of my Trump and all.
Tommy's got an entourage already.
These people need it, man. Look at them all. I think if we dropped that shit on the crowd, it would be a lot quieter night in Portland, I can tell you that. Hi, Mom Kitty.
Along with our colleagues,
What you doing, big lady?
that stopped the war and CND brought over 2 million people to the streets of London to protest against the Iraq war.
Hey, Sterling, thanks for joining. See you tonight.
British history. We marched because we knew what was coming. We knew the lies then, and we were proven right. Over 1 million Iraqis paid the price for those lies. Over 1 million lives were lost because of a war dressed up in the language of liberation and security. And not a single
Holy hell, here come the bobbies. Oh, no.
for those lives.
Yeah, where's all these, you know what's funny? They were all in here a couple nights ago, and I did the Trump and all thing, and they all left. I think that's great. It's perfect. It runs them off every time. I mean, that's effective. Trump and all is really effective.
We know this exact playbook, and we know how it ends. They told us
Yes, Iran's been at war with us for a very long time.
they were lying.
You can call it whatever you want, but it's been going on for a very long time.
They were lying. Instead, what followed was generations of devastation.
I'm kind of sick of Greta Thunberg, aren't you? You know what it always reminds me of? You guys know what it always reminds me of? It reminds me of that Greta Thunberg trailer I did. You know, the one about
Rated R starts Friday at select locations. Starts Saturday everywhere.
Yeah, I think it would have been a terrible movie. I'm glad they didn't make it. That was a little fun project I did for the radio station. We were giving her a hard time. There is no video. Everybody always asks me, I couldn't see it. There's no video. It was made for the radio station. And it was just, that's my voice. It was a movie trailer I did for Greta Thunberg's new movie that, well, we made the whole thing up, but it was fun. All right, I got a couple of uprights. I'm just going to have to use them for right now. It's what I got. I hate uprights, and I strongly dislike anybody that uses that format. How about that? Can I say that legally? Man, I hate that format. One little girl. Yeah, that Greta Thunberg, man, she's the gift that keeps on giving. She's always doing something ignorant.
Are written in the rubble of Gaza and the classrooms of Milan. 165 children went to school last week.
right, this one I'm adding now, center right top, that's coming up. This one is from London. This is supposedly live in London, although I don't think it can be because it should be dark there right now. I'm going to switch that one out in just a minute. This is what I have to deal with, is all the spoofing.
All right, guys, kind of going a little bit.
Yeah, my nickname for her is that little wench. I don't know why, but she just looks like a wench to me. Yeah, she is an adult now, that's for sure. She's probably like 30 or something, I don't know. She looks like a little boy now. Oh, man, that's funny. This woman is speaking sounds like her.
One of the co-organizers of today's rally. Please give a very warm welcome to the Deputy Director.
See, this isn't a protest, it's a stage show.
Thank you for being here outside the U.S. Embassy, this ugly outpost of an empire that today represents the greatest single threat to peace, freedom, justice, and humanity itself everywhere.
What about the American way? You notice how he leaves that part out because they don't like the American way. They want to change the American way to the socialist way. Isn't that awesome?
An unprovoked and illegal war of aggression against Iran, targeting homes, schools, and medical facilities. Horrific images, sadly only too familiar. This is the world that Donald Trump wants us to inhabit. A world.
See, these protests aren't about anything. They're all about they hate Donald Trump. It doesn't matter what they're protesting, whether they got the vagina hats on, or whether they're dressed up in clown costumes, or whether they're dressed up as Portland frogs, or whether they're dressed up as dinosaurs, or whether they're dressed up as whatever. It doesn't matter. It's all because of Big Orange Man. They don't like Donald Trump. And I can't, why? Because he's successful. Because their guys have not been successful. And that's why they hate him.
Western Asia and all around the world is trying to use its military might to bolster and maintain its global position.
That's funny, Deploribus.
Marching in lockstep with a genocidal.
Oh, Matt, you must be talking about Greta Thunberg. Yeah, I kind of agree.
Unrivaled military dominance to clear the way, to get away with the long-standing Zionist goal of eliminating
Yep,
the
I agree.
Palestinian people from their
All right, let me see
homeland.
what else I can find here.
And so, even as the bombs rain down on Tehran and Beirut, that project continues unabated. Under the cover of the chaos it has been creating, Israel has once again closed all of the crossings into the Gaza Strip. Food providers in Gaza predict that they will run out of food this week. Meanwhile, in the West Bank, Israel has continued to accelerate its land grabs and attacks on Palestinians. Hands off Iran!
right, the inset in the lower right is supposed to be at Mar-a-Lago right now. Now, what you want to start looking for, I see I got a dupe. I'm working on that. What you want to start looking for is signs that look the same at different rallies. And those are the ones that are being provided by the rich people. Radio in Corpus Christi. What, Mom Kitty? At least we think we know what we're fighting for. Yeah, I'm seeing a severe thunderstorm warning in Lake Hills moving northeast just south of Bandera. This is all just northwest of San Antonio. It looks like just a severe thunderstorm warning at this point. I'm looking to see if I see anything on the high-res velocity, and no, I do not. I don't see much in the way of rotation up in there. At least no close circulation. So, but that is what we're looking at there. All right, here's what this looks like real quick. This is that thunderstorm. It almost looks like it's trying to get a little hook on it, but I just don't see a lot of rotation. I'll put this on the side-by-side so we can take a quick look at it. This one's coming into Lake Hills. Again, this is just north and west of San Antonio. You can see the San Antonio Metro there on the lower right. And this is moving east-northeast at about 35 miles an hour. And it looks like it's going to go through, Bourne or Fair Oaks Ranch in that area. It's going to come right through there. A strong thunderstorm. Could be showing a little hook, but I'm not seeing that much. But I would watch this thing like a hawk. But that's that one. And then real quick, while I got the radar up, let's just take a peek. This is what it looks like. I've got on the, let me put on the national radar here. There we go. That's what it looks like. You can see there's a lot going on. We also have a cluster of severe thunderstorm warnings up here around the Jackson Metro. And Brandon areas east and west of Jackson now getting it pretty hard. They have issued severe thunderstorm warnings for that. No tornado warnings right now. We do have several mesoscale discussions here. There is a possibility where we could have some flooding situations. There's a flash flood discussion anywhere you see these lime green circles. And also here we've got a severe mesoscale discussion, which means this area right here around Jackson, Mississippi, this whole area here up to Columbus and Walthall and Winnsboro and down to Brookhaven and Laurel. Anything in between that area there, including Yazoo City, Philadelphia, Forest, Hazelhurst, Port Gibson, Fayette, Bay Springs, all under the threat tonight of possible tornadoes. You should be ready to evacuate and get to your low point, your shelter point, in a moment's notice tonight. Tonight is a warning night. You need to be ready. Anything outside that area, you just need to make sure your phone's on, your weather radio's on, and just be as ready as you normally are. Okay, but this area right here, I would take a few extra precautions. We do have a live cam here out of Jackson, and you can see there it's coming down pretty good there, and the camera bouncing, probably a little bit of wind, but not too bad. All right. This is emergency management there for Pearl, Mississippi. And you can see the storm coming in from the right there. All right, so that's what we've got going on Radar Omega. And I'm going to take us back now to the quad screen that we had going.
United States and nuclear arms Israel against Iran. Shame! What they are doing risks unleashing a catastrophic war right across the Middle East, threatening us all. We know already over 1,300 people in Iran have been killed, and hundreds of those are children. We know, of course, it's shame, and we know, of course, as Iran said it would do, Iran has retaliated, targeting U.S. military bases, targeting energy sources. So, of course, that is increasing the number of people who've been killed and the number of casualties. And, of course, we now see the massive increase in oil prices and energy prices, which is impacting us globally across the world. So absolutely catastrophic on all levels. Now it's clear this has nothing to do with the supposed nuclear threats of Iran. In fact, Iran has acted in good faith throughout these negotiations. Last year, it acted in good faith, and Israel and the U.S. illegally bombed its nuclear facilities, a breach of international law and condemned by the International Atomic Energy Agency. And yet again, Iran has been negotiating.
Okay, guys, we're still monitoring here. I'm trying to keep all this stuff current. Let me see if we can take what's Trump talking about.
Pete Hegseth, who's right here. Pete, you're fantastic, doing a great job. We're proud of you. And representatives of 17 different nations formally entered this new alliance. The heart of our agreement is a commitment to using lethal military force to destroy the sinister cartels and terrorist networks once and for all. We'll get rid of them. We need your help. You have to just tell us where they are. We have amazing weaponry, as you probably noticed over the last short period of time. But I want to thank members of the coalition, most of whom are friends of mine. Few of them I just met, but most of whom are friends, many of whom I endorsed. And they took that endorsement and they went on to win big. I haven't had a bad endorsement yet, right? Yeah. He says, yes. He was happy. He was a couple of points down and went up like a rocket ship, right, in Argentina. But the president of Argentina is here, Javier Milei. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being here. President of El Salvador, another friend, Nayib Bukele. You know, he is a man who we've gotten very close to. I saw him as a young man my first time. You were young and handsome. Now you're older and handsome. You're older and handsome. But he runs a good operation. That's all I care about, right? when I first saw him, I said, he's too young. And then I saw the job he did. I said, well, I guess he's not too young, because I was young and did well. But you've been a great president, and we appreciate the relationship very much. President of Paraguay, Santiago Peña, thank you very much. Thank you very much. President of Ecuador, Danielle Noboa. Danielle, thank you. Thank you, Danielle. President of Panama, I love that canal. Jose, I think he made the greatest deal in history. He bought it for $1. One of our brilliant presidents. I can't sleep over that deal. They gave it to him for $1. Jose Raul Molino, you know, you made one of the greatest real estate deals in history. Jimmy Carter, one of our great presidents. President of Honduras, Tito Esfora. Thank you, Tito. Thank you very much. Great to see you the other day. President of Guyana, Irfan Ali. Thank you. President of Bolivia, Rodrigo Paz. Thank you very much. Great people. Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. And I have to be very careful with this because, you know, your first name is very similar to a first name that we have, but fortunately it's pronounced different. It's Kamala, as opposed to Kamala. I like Kamala better in many ways. And I just want to say thank you very much, but I had to be careful with that first name. I didn't want to get it mixed up because it would ruin your reputation completely. Right? I said, is this the same pronunciation? No, sir, it's a little different. It's Cam, right? Cam, as opposed to Calm. Well, we don't like Calm. President of Costa Rica, Rodrigo Chavez, as well as the President-elect of Costa Rica, Laura Fernandez Delgado. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. And the President of the Dominican Republic, Luis Abinader. And so many of my friends are in the Dominican, including the Sugar King, right? He is indeed the Sugar King. He got a lot of sugar. I don't know if that's good or bad, but he's got a lot of it, right? But we're grateful to be joined as well by the President-elect of Chile, Jose Cast. Congratulations. It's an endorsement. Gave you a little endorsement. I love when I give endorsements and people win. But you know what? They don't lose. You know, I don't know. I guess it would be illegal. Could you imagine if I could say, they spend millions and millions and millions of dollars on a campaign. They're losing, and they beg me for an endorsement. I give them an endorsement. They win by 30 points, and I get nothing. If I could sell that, is there a way, do we have any of our legal people here? Marco's close enough. Is there a way I could get paid for that, Marco? I'd make a lot. They spend millions of dollars, and I give it for nothing. I could, even if I put it into the Treasury of the United States, it would be pretty good, right, Marco? But Marco's saying this is not a good idea. No, but it's an honor to do it. It's an honor to have that power where I can endorse somebody, and even in foreign countries. Here it was, we had one in this week, 124-0 with endorsements, and so that's good. But now I'm doing foreign countries all of a sudden. To say, sir, would you endorse me? And it's an honor. If I like you, I only do it if I think you're good. You know, if I think you're not good, I've turned down many more than I've accepted, believe me. I want to thank Secretary of State Marco Rubio for his leadership in organizing this really important summit. He's fantastic. He's a fantastic Secretary of State. And thus far, look, we've had the most incredible year of any president, I think, by, you know, I ended 8 wars. We're not going to go into it too much today, but what we've done is incredible. And we're going to be doing some incredible things together, because I look at our region, if I can call it that, as being very important. It's been abandoned by the United States for so many years. You know, they went so far away. They went to these faraway places where they weren't even wanted. and a lot of stupid people, really stupid people. But Marco's going to go down, I think, as the best Secretary of State in history. That's my opinion. Now, I'm a little prejudiced because I like him too, but I think he's on his way. So you've done 25%, you got 75%. He's got 3 years left. So he's got 25% under your belt. So far, you're leading. You're very leading by just about a smidge over a couple of pretty great ones, right? We've had a couple of pretty great ones, right? But I think he's going to do that. And I think Pete's right there, too. If Pete keeps going, he's going to be something, too. At what he does, all of the nations in this room share the same priorities: security, prosperity, free commerce, and the rule of law. And you want the rule of law. Sometimes your communities don't let you have it because you got some rough communities, right? That's why together we're also forming the Shield of Americas, a new organization to advance these shared priorities in our hemisphere. And we're pleased to be joined as well by Secretaries Pete Hegseth, Scott Bessent. Scott, thank you very much, Scott. Oh, it has to be a big deal if you're here. Well, he controls the purse strings of the country. You know, he goes on television and he just soothes everybody. He did it yesterday. The prices were going. He got on. He's a soothing person. He's actually a killer, but I don't want to say that. No, he's a soothing person. He goes on television. Right, Pete? I think nobody better. So we could use him for war every once in a while, you know, soothe. Although we don't really want that kind of a personality for war. We want your personality for war. You're just perfect. Howard Lutnick. Thank you, Howard. Chris Wright. Kristi Noem. Along with U.S. Trade Representative Jameson Greer, who you all know and you deal with. You deal very successfully. I ask Jameson all the time, can you get more? Can you get more? He's the king of tariffs, right? But he's very gentle. We want to be very gentle with our friends, right, Jameson? Deputy Secretary of State Chris Landau. Chris, where is Chris? I haven't seen Chris. He's fantastic. He was an incredible student. He went to the best schools, and he was #1 in his class at all times. And Marco saw that and saw the talent he's got, and she said, that's the guy I want as a deputy, and I heard you're doing a great job. Thank you very much. Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller. Stephen is, I don't have to tell you, anything about Stephen. Everyone knows. There's nothing, Stephen, there's nothing I can say. He's fantastic. That's all I can say. And Senator Bernie Moreno, who's a credible friend of mine, and he ran a great race. He was not given much of a chance. He was running against a person who was there for a long time and was sort of considered a shoo-in, right, Bernie? And we knocked him out. We knocked him out. He's trying to make a comeback, but we took him out. And Bernie's done a great job. For decades, leaders in this region have allowed large swaths of territory in the Western Hemisphere to come under the direct control, and transnational gangs have taken over, and they've run areas of your country. We're not going to let that happen. We'll help you. And bloodthirsty cartels that impose their will through murder, torture, extortion, drug trafficking, bribery, and terror. And some of you are in danger. I mean, you're actually in danger. It's hard to believe. But we're working with you to do whatever we have to do. We'll use missiles. If you want us to use a missile, they're extremely accurate. Boom, right into the living room. That's the end of that cartel person. But we'll do whatever you need if you want. A lot of countries don't want to do that. They say, oh, sure, I'd rather not have that. I'd rather not have that. I believe they could be spoken to. I don't think so. Many of them don't want, and that's okay too. You're going to do you. But if you need help, you're going to let us know, okay? Many of the cartels have developed sophisticated military operations, highly sophisticated. In some cases, they say they're more powerful than the military in the country. Can't have that. These brutal criminal organizations pose an unacceptable threat to national security, and they provide a dangerous gateway for foreign adversaries in our region, and we don't want them near our country either. We don't want them to come in. They're cancer, you know. They're cancer, and we don't want it spreading. We have a very strong border. You know, we have a border now where for 9 months, 0 people have been able to come through. It's hard to believe, actually, because we went from 25 million people coming in over the Sleepy Joe Biden, one of the worst presidents in history of the world. He was the worst president in the history of our country. We've had some pretty bad ones. Recently, we've had some pretty bad ones, but he's the worst. But he would go down as one of the worst in the world. I'm going to up his category now. It's horrible what he did. And what he didn't do was probably worse than what he did. Every leader here today is united in the conviction that we cannot and will not tolerate the lawlessness in our hemisphere any longer. The only way to defeat these enemies is by unleashing the power of our military. We have to use our military. You have to use your military. You can't fight these people with, and you have great police. You have some great police, but they threaten your police. They scare your police. You're going to use your military. In many cases, our forces have already been working closely with yours, and the United States looks forward to deepening and expanding that cooperation in the months ahead. And it's so good that we got to know so many of you. I mean, we're so many. And I'd love to get to your countries at some point. Marco loves going to your countries. He's always at one of these countries. He likes your countries the best, okay? You know, where are you? I'm in Chile. Oh, good. How's Chile doing? Good. He likes it. He feels very comfortable. We all like him, right? It helps. He's got a language. He's got a language advantage over me, because I'm not learning your damn language. I don't have time. I was okay with languages, but I'm not going to spend time learning your language. That much I won't do. Just give me a good interpreter. Interpreter, very important. And I know if somebody's good. I may not speak the language, but I know I had an interpreter recently that wasn't good, talking to a very strong person from a different part of the world. And I could tell, even though I don't speak the language, I could tell the interpreter was not good. When you go, when I give a long, flowing, beautiful sentence, and in this case it was a woman, and she gave it in about 1/4 the time, I said, well, their language may be efficient, but it's not that efficient. And I could also tell when I have great interpreters. Interpreters are very important. You know, you have a bad interpreter. You think you're doing well? Boy, did I do a good job talking to this one or that. Was I great when I spoke to Putin today? Was I great when I spoke to President Xi? Was I great? But if the interpreter isn't speaking right, or is weak, or is ineffective, or is just not good, or not interpreting your words correctly, in one case, we had an interpreter who, when she disagreed with what we were saying, she actually changed it. We considered her a foreign minister, right? But no, the interpreter is, I talk about it all the time. Interpreters are really important. When you don't speak the language, they don't speak the language, people have no idea. People have no idea how valuable, and I'm on them all the time, people have no idea how valuable a good interpreter is. But over the last year, the world has witnessed the supreme power of the United States. We're the most powerful military country in the world. Again, I rebuilt it I spent so much time rebuilding it. Over $1 trillion, and now we just had another budget. We may be going to $1.5 trillion. we're building a thing called a battleship, like in the old days, remember? We have a Secretary of the Navy, and he suggested, I suggest, I've always said, why don't we have battleships anymore, shooting big bullets instead of, $3 million rockets? And they said, well, sir, we just don't have them. Nobody could give me the answer, but we're actually building 10 of them. And I said, you remember the old ones from, you'd see Victory at Sea, remember Victory at Sea? And you'd see these ships going through those waves like the waves were nothing, although the waves are pretty powerful. They knock out a lot of territory, but you'd see these incredible, they're pieces of art. Beautiful, most beautiful, the big battleships of the 1940s, right? Power. I said, well, would we ever want to bring them back? Because we have some of them, they're museums and other things. And they said, sir, the new ship is 100 times more powerful than what we were looking at with those guns and fire. Amazing, right? 100 times. I said, you sure it's not maybe 90 times? 100 times more powerful. And we're building 10 of them. Not to use them. We don't want to use them, but by having them, nobody's going to play games. So just good to have them. We don't want to use them. They'll say, oh, he's very militaristic. I'm the one that ended 8 wars. I'm the one that, and we have another one coming, I think. The easiest was that, and that was just, and as you would understand this, the hatred between Putin and his counterpart is so great, okay? It's so great that, Ukraine, Russia, you'd think there'd be a little bit of camaraderie, there's not. And the hatred is so great. It's very hard for them to get there. It's very, very hard to get there. So we'll see what happens, but we've been close a lot of times, and one or the other would back out. But we're losing, they're losing. It doesn't really affect us very much because we've got an ocean separating. I'm doing it as a favor to Europe, and I'm doing it as a favor to life, because they're losing 25,000 souls. Think of that every month. 25,000. Last month, 31,000. Both sides, 31,000 people died, mostly soldiers. So I have an ability to get those things done, to bring people together, and I did great with so many. India, Pakistan, that was going to be a disaster. That was raging for a number of days. I did that through trade. And one was 37 years, and we got it done very quickly. And we'll get this one done too. But the hatred is, hatred's an amazing thing. People do bad things.
President Trump speaking earlier today in Doral, Florida. It is time for us here at Live Now to take a quick pause on this event, a live look at the White House. The time is...
Well, there you go. I didn't hear that earlier. He's on the way back to Mar-a-Lago, or he's arriving there now. All right, so there we go. They're going to break now. All right, let's see what else is going on here. We'll do a roundup. All right. All right, President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump participated in a dignified transfer at Dover Air Force Base in Kent County, Delaware. That was just a little while ago. 6 U.S. service members have been killed. They were killed on March 1st, Iranian drone attack in Kuwait. The solemn ritual returns the remains of troops killed in action and is considered one of the most somber duties of a commander-in-chief. The fallen troops were killed in Shraba in Kuwait while supporting Operation Epic Fury. Transfer cases were used to move the soldiers to Dover Air Force Base, where they will be identified and prepared for their journey home. After identification, the fallen, who were assigned to the 103rd Sustained Command in Des Moines, Iowa, are placed in a casket and transported to their final resting places. All 6 of the U.S. soldiers assigned to the 103rd Sustained Command in Des Moines, Iowa, which provide food, fuel, and water, ammunition, and transport equipment and supplies. The War Department identified the fallen service members as Major Jeffrey O'Brien, 45, a major. That's getting up there in rank. Of Indianola, Iowa. Captain Cody Cork, 35, of Winter Haven, Florida. Sergeant First Class Nicole Armour, 39, of White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Sergeant First Class Noah Teachins, 42, of Bellevue, Nebraska. And Sergeant Declan Code, 20, of West Des Moines, Iowa. Chief Warrant Officer 3 Chief Warrant Officer 3 Robert Marzan, 54, of Sacramento, California, is also believed to be deceased, but was not with this. I don't think was with these guys here. All of the families of the soldiers were present for the transfer. Okay, and that's pretty much that. Let's see, hold on.
Project continues unabated. Under the cover of the chaos it has been creating, Israel has once again closed all of the crossings.
I want to tell you guys about a movie I watched not long ago, and it's one of the better movies I've watched. Yeah, the Starship's on early today. The movie that I'm talking about is called Taking Chance, and it stars Kevin Bacon, and it is an excellent movie. And if you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. If you don't like crying in front of people, go watch it somewhere in a room by yourself. But you got to go watch it. It's an amazing story about this colonel that never saw any action himself, and he felt like he needed to give back. And so he volunteers to take home one of these soldiers in the same kind of situation that we're dealing with now. And it shows you the process that these soldiers' bodies go through. The cleaning, the identifying, the packaging, the icing, the moving, the flying, the landing. And it's such an absolutely dignified process. And I think that we all need to see it. I'd play it on here if I could get away with it. It's such a good movie. It's based on a true story about a Marine officer escorting a 19-year-old soldier's body from Iraq back to his hometown. The film details, hold on. There we go. Let's see here. The film details the respectful, meticulous, and emotional process of transporting the deceased. I'd play the trailer, but I don't even think I can get away with that. Stars Kevin Bacon as Lieutenant Colonel Michael Strobel. Follows the journey of bringing Marine Chance Phelps home, highlighting the military rituals and the impact on the officer. premiered at the Sundance Film Festival January 16th, 2009, and aired on HBO on February 21st, 2009. Won a Golden Globe and a Screen Actors Guild Award for Kevin Bacon, as well as a Primetime Emmy, and it deserves all of those. It's a really good movie, so I strongly suggest, if you're a patriot like me, you will not only enjoy a very well-made movie, but you will respect what it's talking about, and like to know the process. Anyway, check that out. It's called Taken Chance. It was made in 2009. You can find ways to watch it. All right, guys, we're continuing to watch the protesting now. I'm trying to put the little tags up as soon as I can realize where these protests are. I'm trying to put the little tags up for you guys, but it has not been easy to try to figure out where everything is. But I'm working on it. But you've got Los Angeles, California there, the little window. You got London, England. You've got Durham, New Hampshire. I found a couple more oddball cities as well, but I'm running out of space. And as you can see, I can't add any more screens at this point. I don't know if that's my internet or if it's my internal bandwidth or what. Anyway, the lower right, that's Mar-a-Lago. You can see from the background, looks like Florida, but they're in Mar-a-Lago. And upper right is in New Hampshire, Durham, New Hampshire. And they've been going there for a while. Also London, England. I'm relatively sure that that's looping at this point because it's dark there and has been dark there. So I think that was earlier today, and I'm going to be switching that one out as soon as I find something else. I think I just did. All right, there you go. They're both those up there are LA. And I'm going to continue looking for additional ones.
Brian?
No boots on the ground, no bombs in the air! Against the people of the world, and their world, right? Meanwhile,
fine, Omicron.
They're so angry. You notice how angry they are? Always angry. Liberals just, they hate our country, they hate us, they hate everything.
Tommy's getting the steps in today. He's just making the circuit around the square.
All right, I got all the meta tags and everything put in here. That might help our numbers a little bit. I don't see chats coming in, so I don't even know if my chat's working at this point.
There's too many of us here and they can't block us all. So Nico, Ground Zero, me, Tinkerton, Scuba Steve, of course Tommy. Can't block us all. Well, they could, but they're not organized enough to do that. And let's not give them any ideas. Your message to get out.
Keep it going with the chanting because we need to keep this energy up. We need to show what we are here for, the message that we are here for today. It is truly
Rear. I'm in charge. You better listen to me. I'm in charge. Rear.
We don't want our billions and billions of dollars of taxpayer money going to war.
It's about my feelings. It's about my feelings and all the victims everywhere. Victims and feelings. Oh.
We don't want our money going to that. We demand self-determination for the Iranian people and all people in the Middle East, separate from U.S. interests, separate from Israeli invasion and intimidation. We demand complete self-determination because the people of their country should decide the fate of their country. Us as Americans deserve to.
Yeah, I'm getting them now. I don't, thank you guys. I don't know. I've set it for live instead of top.
Jobs and education.
I'll probably get a copyright strike for the national anthem.
From the belly of the beast. Wow! Hands off the Middle East.
There's too many of us to block all the
Hands off the Middle East. They like terrorists. That's the bottom line. They like terrorists.
I asked her, I said, Don't you want your message to get out as the whole purpose of a rally?
I thought
I'm filming your rally, right? I'm just showing your speeches.
Showing the world.
Yeah.
No justice,
But, you know, it's well, you're making money off us.
no justice,
Not
no
today.
peace.
I don't care.
There was a threat and following him around. That's funny.
This guy's gonna film us like we have.
Yeah, it's like the wolves for the. It's like the chickens. The chickens running the Union for the wolves. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yes, you do.
It's like queers for Hamas. Where's the logic? Where's the intelligence?
Yeah, my chat says hi.
I have too distinctive a voice.
We all do.
Like I was squishing our heads. You know, I used to do that back in high school.
You know who that is? That's relax12.net.
The what?
Relax 101TO on TikTok.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna cruise while they're busy. US imperialist, number one terrorist. US imperialist, number one terrorist. Imperialists, we want them gone. Keep your hands off Iran. Imperialists, we want them gone. Keep your hands off Iran. Israel bombs, USA pays. How many kids have they killed today?
Oh my God, these people are foolish.
Israel bombs, USA pays. How many kids have they killed today?
Where's all the trolls tonight? That's what I want to know. The numbers are down across the board tonight. I don't know what it is. Normally Friday nights are pretty big for us. But then again, I've come on hours early, and that's probably a lot of it.
We charge you with genocide. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for
I'll be cycling this show in about 1 hour. We'll have to redo it again, but about 1 hour. The coverage will continue well into the night.
Slaughter. Money for jobs and education. Not for war and occupation. Money for schools and education. Not for war and deportation. No boots on the ground, no bombs in the air. US out of everywhere. No boots on the ground, no bombs in the air. US out of everywhere. We want justice, you say how? End the war on Iran now. We want justice, you say how?
Oh boy, these chants are terrible. These people suck.
End the siege on Gaza now.
There's almost as many people protesting Tommy here as there are protesting
Fund
the
the
war.
people's needs, not the war machine. Fund the people's needs, not the war machine.
All right, that's Eugene, Oregon, upper right. I just threw it in there. That's a different protest going on right now. Looks like about 40 or so people out there. I should. Maybe there's somewhere I can call and order a troll. Or maybe they just don't like coming in here because I really hold their feet to the fire. Miss Elise, have a good one. We'll hope to see you back if you can make it. What the hell is going on now? Christmas stuff? I mean, come on, really? People sound thrilled, don't they?
Stop bombing children now!
Don't you want your message to get out?
They tell lies and then they bomb! First Gaza, now Iran!
God, could you imagine living with this woman?
They tell lies and then they bomb!
Collateral damage. But let me ask you, are children collateral damage?
Why are you doing this? I don't agitate. I don't mace people. No! I don't get in people's faces. You're being rude.
I recognize where they're at, their upper center. That's right in front of the LAPD building. That's the building that's actually on their badge. That's the building you see at the beginning of Dragnet and all the other shows. Yeah, William, I like showing people how these idiots act. I love it. I think people need to see it.
Getting our picture taken by Relax. Actually respect your work, dude.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I think that's why I talked to the makers of Trumpanol, and I think we're going to come out with a complete line of Trumpanol throat lozenges. I don't know what we're going to call them yet, because we've already got something called Trump Drops, so we're going to have to come up with something, but we need a Trump line of Trump Drops that will help you feel more patriotic and soothe your burning throat from all that yelling. I think that would be good. I think that's a great product idea, and I think that's going to work. We've been talking about it in all of our meetings that we don't have.
Corner of 10th.
Yeah, we thought the Trump-ons would be a better hit. I mean, can you imagine a tampon that's like MAGA tampon, it would absorb everything for a month. It absorbs so much it'll make your lips dry. And yet people aren't really taken to it yet. But I think they will. I think eventually the Trump-ons are going to become quite popular. And another thing that our scientists are exploring now, can household pets become liberal? Because if so, then we're going to have to come out with a line of Trumpanol cat food, and maybe some Trumpanol dog biscuits. I'm not sure. I would hate, when I see liberals and they're like little dog, I don't just assume that dog's liberal just because he's hanging out with them. He didn't have much of a choice, right? You hang out with whoever's feeding your ass, right? My cats are all very conservative, except one kind of riding the fence sometimes, but he's coming around. Yeah, that would be the Lib Block condoms by Trumpanol. Yeah, that would be the Lib Block condoms. A very, very cool product, really. Yeah, that's what it says right on there. It says Lib Block. It says, don't impregnate her until you know what party she's in. The last thing you need is to pay for the next 18 years, pay some liberal so she can sit on her ass and go protest. These people love to get a baby because then you can pay them now to sit on their ass for the next 18 years. Are these live comments from Trump? What's Trump saying?
No, and based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran.
Is that true, Mr. Nixon? It was Iran who did that?
We're certainly investigating.
Still investigating.
But the only side that targets civilians is Iran.
We think it was done by Iran.
Ed Earl is staunchly conservative.
Munitions. They have no accuracy whatsoever. It was done by Iran.
Can you give us an idea of what unconditional surrender looks like to you? I mean, what do you want from Iran?
I said unconditional, not conditional. I said unconditional. It's where they cry uncle, or when they can't fight any longer, there's nobody around to cry uncle. That too is, we've wiped out their leadership numerous times already. So it's if they surrender, or if there is nobody around to surrender, but they're rendered useless in terms of military.
Mr. President, can I ask you a question yesterday? You said it wasn't the right time, and
Come on.
Russia is supporting Iran somehow in this.
No, I haven't had that. I haven't had no indication of that whatsoever. If they are, they're not doing a very good job because Iran is not doing too well.
What about the Strait of Hormuz? There's no traffic really going through it.
Well, that's, the ship's choices, but we haven't cleaned out. We've wiped out their Navy. Their Navy is now at the bottom of the sea. So that's the choice. This is an excursion. We figured oil prices would go up, which they will. They'll also come down. They'll come down very fast, and we will have gotten rid of a major cancer on the face of the earth. We will have taken out a cancer. Don't forget October 7th. Don't forget all of the things that have happened over the years, all caused by these people. So what we're doing is a great thing, not only for our country and not only for Israel, not only for the Middle East, but for the world.
Secretary Bessent announced some moves to temporarily allow certain Russian oil sales to India. Are you considering any other moves, including the SPR?
Well, if there were some, I would do it just to take a little of the pressure off. But I think that the oil pressure, but there's a lot of oil. We've got a lot of oil. Our country has a tremendous amount, and there's a lot of oil out there. That'll get healed very quickly.
Would you consider using the SPR or tapping into the SPR at some point?
Strategic reserve?
Yeah.
Well, I'm the one that built them up. Biden used them so that he could get some extra votes in the election. It turned out it wasn't even him that ran, it was Kamala. And she obviously didn't get any extra votes because we won in an absolute landslide. He shouldn't have used it for that. He used it to I filled it up, and he brought it down to the lowest level it's ever been. We will start at the appropriate time, which is basically a gut instinct. We will start filling up these strategic reserves.
What are the circumstances where you send in ground troops? How are you thinking about that?
I don't even want to talk about it now. I don't think it's an appropriate question. I'm not going to answer it. Could there be? Possible, for very good reason. Have to be very good reason. And I would say if we ever did that, they would be so decimated that they wouldn't be able to fight at the ground level.
What are you thinking about the oil facility there? There's an oil facility kind of on the coast of Iran that could be secured by ground troops. There's been some speculation that could be a target.
I don't know what the speculation is, but I certainly wouldn't be able to tell you that. I'd be in trouble with myself if I told you that.
Mr. President, do you need ground troops to secure the enriched uranium at the nuclear sites?
To find out about that, we haven't talked about it, but it was a total obliteration. They haven't been able to get to it, and at some point maybe we will. That would be a great thing, but right now we're just decimating them. But we haven't gone after it. But something we could do later on. We wouldn't do it now. Maybe we'd do it later.
Do you want to be involved in the selection of the next leader of Iran? Can you talk to me?
Well, because I don't want to just come back every 10 years, and mostly you'll have presidents, that won't do that because they don't get it. But we don't want to come back every 5 years or every 10 years and do this. So we want to pick a president that's not going to be leading their country into a war. Do you have any questions for Pete or Steve? What up?
We need more background noise, please.
Is there still space to do a deal with whatever is left of the Iranian government?
Oh, that's better. Thank you.
I think there is. I think that's going to be up to the president. That's what I think. But they didn't seem to be very amenable in those first set of negotiations. You heard what I said. I said we have the inalienable right to enrich. They bragged about having 60% enriched fuel enough for 11 bombs. They told me and Jared, we're not going to give you diplomatically what you couldn't take militarily. So, I think they're going to need a change of attitude.
What sort of thing do you want to see in a deal? I mean, do you think we have maximum negotiating leverage at this point?
I think the president has proved that we have.
Iran today accused the U.S. of getting
a lot of negotiating leverage, maybe maximum, but we're not looking to settle. They'd like to settle. We're not looking to settle.
Iran accused the
British government has now offered use of some. The British government has offered use of some bases now, and you had previously said you were very disappointed in them.
The two aircraft carriers.
I mean, about British bases.
Did you see my response that I just put out? I just put out a response.
nice to have had him 2 weeks ago, but the response I put out, I think, says it very well for you.
Iran today accused the U.S. of hitting a desalination plant in Iran, and they said that might open the door to other strikes on infrastructure, non-military infrastructure.
Also open the door to other strikes against them. Let me tell you about Iran. They are among the most evil people ever on earth. They cut babies' heads off. They chop women in half. What they did, take a look at October 7th. Take a look at what they've done over the last 47 years. So I know nothing about a desalinization plant other than to say, if they're complaining about the desalinization plant, we complain about the fact that they shouldn't be chopping babies' heads off, okay?
Mr. Wikoff, have you communicated to the Russians not to send targeting information and other assistance to the Iranians?
Strongly said that.
And do you believe that they are?
I hope they're not.
And do you see any evidence?
We don't know, but it's not doing very well. If they are, it's not helping much. You take a look at what's happened to Iran in the last week. If they're getting information, it's not helping them much.
What would it mean to you if they were, I mean, even if it's not helping the Iranians particularly much, it's still involving themselves in a conflict that they're not...
I guess they'd say we do it against them, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they say that? We do it against them. I don't know, look, they can give all the information that they want, but people they're sending it to are overwhelmed. Russia would be overwhelmed too. Anybody would be overwhelmed. We have the greatest military on earth, and I built it in my first term, and unfortunately, I'm forced to use it now. But when you look at what we did with Venezuela, when you look at what we did with the B-2 bombers, it was a very big moment because Iran was going to have a nuclear weapon within 2 or 3 weeks, and then stopped it, and it stopped it cold. And you ask about maybe going back and getting that, something could happen at the right time.
Is Iran running out of missiles and drones?
Yeah, I think so.
Those counterattacks to continue indefinitely?
Not only that, manufacturing capability also. We've hit the manufacturing very hard. They're at about 9% of what they sent down in the first 2 days, and we think that's because they don't have that much. We've knocked out about 70% of the rocket, of the launchers. The launchers are a big deal. Very hard to get, very expensive.
We want to talk about leverage. With every passing day, we have more and more leverage because we have more and more capabilities. We're hitting them harder and harder, and they have less of an ability to defend themselves. So we're pressing the offensive every single day, creating all the leverage the president needs for the outcoming wars.
So it sounds like you think they're running out of one or both of the drones.
Well, I think when you look, I mean, they're sending in much less drones. They're being decimated now. At some point, I don't think there'll be anybody left, maybe, to say we surrender. They're being decimated. And when you look also, all of a sudden they apologized to the Middle Eastern states that they shot at them. I was very surprised to see they did that. But you mark that down as a victory for us and for the Middle Eastern states, who are really friends of ours. But I guess they're not going to be shooting at them anymore. They apologized. And we'll see what happens. But that's a big loss. That's a surrender right there. I called it a surrender today. When they apologized and said they're not shooting at them anymore, that's really a surrender to those states and to us. So anything else?
Some Iranians are concerned that the Kurds will carve out kind of an autonomous region as they did in Syria and Iraq.
We're not looking to the Kurds going in. We're very friendly with the Kurds, as you know, but we don't want to make the war any more complex than it already is. No.
You've ruled that out?
We don't want, I have ruled it out. I don't want the Kurds going in. I don't want to see the Kurds get hurt, get killed. We've had a good relation. They're willing to go in, but I've told them I don't want them to go in.
And do you think the map of Iran will...
I just think the war is complicated enough without getting the Kurds involved.
And do you think the map of Iran looks the same after this is all done?
That I can't tell you. Probably not.
Do you know if any shipping companies have taken the U.S. up on its offer of insurance to go through the Strait of Hormuz?
No, we have it set up. We have a great insurance and reinsurance system, but I don't.
Sorry, when you talk about...
When this ends, we're going to have a much safer world, you know that. So, this is a minor excursion, but
when this ends, we're going to have a much safer world, and we will have gotten rid of a lot of sick and demented people, the leadership. So we got rid of the one leadership, and we got rid of the second level of leadership. Now they're on their third or fourth level of leadership, and they have leaders right now that nobody even knows who they are. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
President Trump at an extended back.
Yeah, there you go. That was a pretty long interview considering there was like an Air Force One deal. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see what else we got going on here.
You're not open with debt like we are from the university. College there is free. They don't have to be burdened with health care because it's free. They don't have interest on their loans. Our government doesn't care about us. We are squeezed dry as taxpayers. Money for
I didn't know any of that.
We can't feed the poor. Or cancel student loan debt, medical debt, build housing, transit. Tehran has better metro than LA.
Yeah, build more free shit for us. I want free buses and free trains and free housing and free food and free health care and free education for us, free. But let all the illegals come in and soak it all up. It doesn't make any sense. It's just stupid. These people are ignorant.
And teach everybody you know to unlearn this propaganda. We need to have critical voices. 2, continue to work towards a general strike. These people in office don't care about us. We have power as the workers. You saw during shutdown, who were the essential workers? It was us, not the people in Congress, not the CEOs, not the owners. We are the essential workers.
You guys don't work, most of you. And the rest of you are in some teachers' union. Lying.
And the biggest, most important ask I have of you today is to help me call on the city of LA to divest from genocide.
What the hell is... I didn't know we were doing mass genocide. When did that start?
We need to demand our city to divest from genocide. Demand every single city in this country divest from genocide. St. Louis, Missouri did it. A city that I used to live in. We can do it too, right here. And I am on every single candidate in the city of LA and cities around the country to do the same, to call on the city to divest from genocide. Because if you want to stand for human rights, that is...
All right, just taking a quick peek at the weather here. We've got one severe thunderstorm warning right now down here. But east of Jackson, Mississippi. It's going to pass north of Meridian. But that's the only severe thunderstorm warning we have. Everything else is just flood and weather statements. And let's see, did they drop that mesoscale? Yes, they dropped the mesoscale. So now, not thinking it's going to be a big tornado night at this point. So, but we are going to continue to watch it.
Like assholes, you know. Like I see a lot of, judging by the live chat, I would say it's a lot of assholes. I actually got a lot of viewers in Japan. good for them. Good for them to see what America is like. You know, a lot of them never get to go over here. Oh yeah, I just moved here. I love it here. From Denver. Oh yeah. Denver. I lived in Denver for about 19 years. It's turned into a real hellhole. People think Portland is like, you know, a mess or something right now. They don't even know. They need to go to Denver. Yeah, that's a problem down there.
You guys hear the beta males? We better fight back. We better fight back. We better do it hard. Because I'm going home soon.
They're like all over the place. That's a real hazard when it's so dry. Yeah, I was hoping more people would show up.
Well, distractions. I don't buy into the whole distraction thing, generally speaking, because it just doesn't. It is the world's just not that simple.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So yes, Shane would say, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe, you guys.
That's a good idea.
Don't cost anything to subscribe.
Yeah, that's a real good idea. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you. Oh, listen to this stupid woman.
What can I say when it feels like we have exhausted the means of language? Should I talk about Zainab, whose face was bloodied after a U.S. Israeli strike? Martyred her father and left her mother in critical condition, while humanitarian workers tried to comfort the young girl, just as we saw Palestinians do in Gaza? Or should I remind you all of the almost 200 schoolgirls in Minab killed as they read their books, all while Israeli propaganda blamed the victims for these war crimes, just as they did with Al-Ahli Hospital in Gaza? With the new iterations of injustice that feel painfully similar, it often feels like there's nothing more we can say. But just because this time the bombs fall in street names that I recognize and that I have walked, doesn't mean that it should affect me or you significantly different. Right now is a time to move against the U.S. war machine.
So they're going to move against their own country. Sounds like an insurrection.
While our elders, our siblings, and our children are facing bombs. So I ask that our political ethos not be reduced to reactionary stages. While it might feel good to experience a fleeting movement of taking to the streets, we need more. We need action that is consistent. And one
Standard,
way
you're
to be a
absolutely
part of
correct.
that is to support our global movement to Gaza. In just about 1 month, our largest fleet yet will set sail to break the ongoing siege on the Palestinian people. But the upcoming Samur flotilla has been hidden from the headlines. How many of you know that like you and I, on a mission to deliver aid, are being targeted, but they will not stop in breaking the siege. In fact,
It's cutting out, but I think I like it.
international organizing is only growing to confront Zionism. Because when governments fail, let alone contribute and support genocide, we all have a responsibility to step up where we can to reject the complicity. Finally, I say as a Muslim, alhamdulillah, I know, and other believers here know, that we will be called upon for a day of reckoning. But if that final day not enough to awaken us from our comfort, what will our response be when we are called to answer for inaction as our tax dollars went to kill Lebanese, Palestinian, and Iranian children, men, and women? So I urge you to take action now. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Okay, so once again, I have to ask, what side are these people on? Okay? Because on here earlier, they were talking about stop the deportations and anti-ICE. And then they were talking about stop the Iraq war. And now we're on to something totally different again. I don't know if they know what they're actually protesting for. Now they're protesting for Israel to leave, to leave Gaza and the whole Palestine thing. Well, that's something totally different than the other two things that the other woman was talking about. So as usual, we've got this weird thing that goes on. And I talk about this a lot because it is a strange thing that goes on. What we really have here is we have a situation where we've got protesters out here that are all different people. I listened to an interview a couple weeks ago where the guy's like, well, we're not really into all this that much, but the teachers union always shows up for our LGBTQIA2S plus rallies, and so we want to show them the support that they've been showing us. So a bunch of me and my friends got together and drove out here today so that we could be a part of this rally. And I'm thinking, so this guy don't even give a shit about ICE or the people that they're deporting, you know? And when you start looking out there, you have protesters, right? You have paid protesters. Then you have protesters that are showing up on their own, and because they feel seriously about it. But you've also got protesters that show up because they're being paid. You've got other protesters that show up for various other reasons, power, control, they're in charge of something, they like it, whatever. And I think a lot of them show up because they like the atmosphere. To them, it's like, hey, it's like a bar without drinking. They like to just go hang out. They're hanging out with all their friends. They get to see the same people at all these rallies over and over and over again. And yeah, so I think there's a lot of that too. And then you've got the YouTubers. You've probably got 25 YouTubers in the crowd. And then you've probably got, I don't know, probably 10, 20, 30 counter protesters. Then you have undercover cops in the crowd. You have the lamestream media. You got all the different people involved in this, all out there at one time. And then you add the stuffed animals. We don't know. I guess they're mostly on the left. You add the blow up this and the costumed that, and the bear on a skateboard, and the guy in the Superman and Batman costumes, and the four people dressed as the boys from South Park. I mean, what the hell it goes on? And then on top of all of that, you got bystanders showing up because they're watching it on YouTube and it's right down the street. And so you got bystanders showing up on bicycles. And then you have the motorcycle guys ride by. They're not really part of the protest, but they just wanted to be on TV. It gets a little ridiculous. And the bottom line is, do you know how many people, what percentage of the people that come to these things is actually an organic protester, meaning someone who actually hates the fact that we're deporting people that don't belong here, and because they feel strongly about it, they drove to Portland to go and stand in front of the ICE facility and walk back and forth until they need overreaction ointment. And these people that do this, those are organic protesters, okay? Those are people that are protesting. They're legitimately big heart. They feel bad. They go out. They protest. That's a legitimate protester. And I support their right to protest. However, I only think about 20% of these people are organic protesters. I think you got many that are paid protesters, counter protesters, bystanders, YouTubers, mainstream media people, cops in the crowd. You've got so many people there that are not organic protesters. You know, when you see a protest in Turkey, or you see one in Israel, or you see one in the UK, just recently, they had that big farmers protest. They showed up in town with 200 farm tractors with implements on the back. They were burning shit in the street. There was 10,000 people at one time in this one rally. It's different here. The left here doesn't even take their own rally seriously. Look how they show up. Look what they do. They want to be on TV and get their word out. So what do? The idiots sit around saying, F ICE, F ICE, F ICE. So that way, none of the video that's taken by local media can be used. That's just how stupid these people are. If you want the media to print what you're saying, don't cuss. For the most part, television media does not beep you out. They just won't use that cut. They won't use that clip. And so if you say something really profound and you throw an F-er in there, it's not going to make it on TV. Okay? How can they not understand that? Don't you want to be on TV? Isn't that what we're doing here? You're trying to get your word out. You're trying to, what are they trying to do? I don't know. But I mean, I would assume one of the things they're trying to do is to get on TV, right? And so why would they go out there, F ICE, F ICE, F ICE, F ICE, then none of that can be on TV now. That's just how stupid it is. I don't understand it, but whatever. I guess I'm not supposed to. All right, let me go look for another video here.
This decked out car back out here.
Okay, it looks like Eugene, Oregon has ended. Boy, this chick's really bossy, isn't she? Yeah, I think there's a lot of intimidation here, sure. We got another one ending? Jesus. These people, man, it's like, don't they bring battery extenders or anything? Useless.
You got out there?
I just had 3 feeds go down all at one time. I don't know if we've lost internet in a certain place. Well, another one. Man, holy shit. All these feeds just went down on me. Hold on, I'm trying to find more. Oh, whatever.
Thousands, and then take that to the hundreds of thousands until we reach the millions.
All I need is somebody screeching about how important everything is.
We have to organize. That's such an important thing between these demonstrations, between casting our ballots and walking away from the voting booth. We have to organize. So please, I encourage you all, look at the anticoalition.org for any upcoming actions. Locally, we're going to continue to show up, continue to mobilize until we see U.S. out of Iran, U.S. out of everywhere, and funding the people's needs.
What's wrong, Mama? What's wrong, big girl? I'm doing that show thing right this minute. You know that pesky little show thing?
We're protesting.
Mama. Come on, get it. You're crazy. Mama, just chill for a minute, all right? I'm busy. Come on, woman. Are you crazy? Everybody's losing the feeds, dude. They all just went down. I don't know if something just happened. It's not me locally, though. Everything here is working. So Fox never went down. All the Middle East stuff's still up. But I've lost all but 2 feeds from all the protests all at one time. It was kind of weird. Mama. You're a pain in the ass. I tell her she's like a wife that don't put out. Still the same pain in the ass. Oh, Mom, kitty. And then she knows I'm kidding, of course. Mama. All right, we've all got all this. Let me go back and see if I can find any new protest video coming back up. Maybe some of these people will put their streams back up again. Let me see. No, see, some of these streams, let me see, she's probably, I think she restarted hers. Let me go up here and, nope, that one's running again. Let me put her over here. I think this is where she was. I think her stream went down and she restarted it. So let me go and put that here. This is Jessica Palmadessa. She lives in Los Angeles and she goes to a lot of these rallies. I don't even know what side she stands on or any of that. I just know she's a decent broadcaster and she gives us lots of live feeds. So that's Jessica Palmadessa. There you go. She's in LA. They keep showing some pictures of some naked black guy in the front of a city bus. I don't know what the hell that's all about. I like how all these people keep using the term mostly peaceful. I love that. Mostly peaceful, my ass. Although today they've been mostly peaceful. I'll give them that. I mean, we're talking about today. They haven't burned down a Target store today, which is always a good day. Let's see if we can get some sounds. Nothing there.
That I always make fun of the one. It's like $8.50 for gas or whatever. And they're like,
yeah, Daddy's doing a little better today. He's been shaping up.
skyrocketed in LA overnight.
What in the hell? I'm having a lag problem, and I don't know if it's me or not. I have nothing extra running in here. It normally handles this easily.
That literally has been the same price for like since I first came here. Like once. And then everyone just kept reaching. It's all over the place. That gas, if anybody's seen that gas station has been the same cost for like 4 years when I first like visited.
There is no natural sound.
Field, Missouri, last night, where the tornado sirens went off and then moved through the middle of the night into this part of Oklahoma.
Left center, guys.
Trying
Left center.
to search out where we could find the impact from these storms. Unfortunately, 4 people have lost their lives in the state of Oklahoma, 2 on Thursday in the western part, in the boot or the panhandle, if you will, rather, of Oklahoma, and then 2 last night in southwest Tulsa, essentially, which is where we're going to be live tomorrow, with the hope that we could talk to the governor live on Fox Weather and get that perspective. While I walked down the street, this was full of debris and mud earlier today. And gosh, they've done an incredible job, everybody here. Aid groups people out of the kindness of their heart, neighbors, helping each other. That's what they're doing. And yet, everyone here knows that this is just the beginning of many months ahead of severe weather. It's just this part of the country. It's what Oklahoma and the Great Plains and the Southern Plains are known for. We'll continue monitoring, Nick.
Robert Way, reporting live from Oklahoma as we continue tracking the severe weather that's sadly caused casualties and in some cases deaths. We were tracking those storms last night, getting some bizarre videos out of the Midwest. You saw some of those images coming from Michigan, where a number of those deaths were reported. See this tornadic activity spinning up, and then this debris ball eventually forming. Scary stuff. All right, it's time for us here at Live now to take a quick commercial break. A live look at the White House.
All right, so there you go. Getting an update there on that. It's those were those storms we were tracking in here yesterday, and they went on to create quite a mess last night. Oh. Well, that was breaking news last night, so today they're just recapping it when they go by it. Apparently earlier, there was a big fight. There was an Ayatollah Khamenei vigil, and during the vigil there was a fight. I'm going to show you what someone's showing it all out right now. I'm going to put it on here. This will loop. So, but for right now, I don't have anything live to go there. God bless it. It'll stop rolling in just a minute. I'm so sick of this shit. There's something not right tonight. All right, so there you go. I'm going to turn that on for you. This will loop around. It's been looping, but this is showing you what was going on just a little while ago. And it'll get back to that video where the people were fighting and they were making arrests, and it was a big mess. And a bunch of the people, looks like all three of the people we had at the LA protest are all heading home. I don't know if you guys can see that. They're all literally walking away from the protest. So it looks like this was the early shift. There hasn't been much of a late shift lately. Okay, I'm showing that it's going out. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm showing the mic working normally. I know it's a little glitchy. I've got that stable here now. I don't know. I normally don't have this problem. I don't know if something is wrong. I'm just about to the point where I'm going to buy another hard drive and reinstall a fresh version of Windows. I do it about every year. I do it about once a year, and it's been about a year. And I will go ahead and restart this thing and put a whole new version of Windows in it. And it'll run nice and clean for about a year, and then I'll have to do this again. All right, I just made a couple of changes in there. Let's see if that changes anything. Ooh. Let's take a quick peek and see what we got on the radar Omega here. I don't know what's wrong with this thing today. It's definitely something not right. All right, here's all of our storms here, and there's pretty much nothing except Birmingham. Birmingham, you got a severe thunderstorm warning for most of the Birmingham, for most of the metro, including Adamsville, Trussville, and Bessemer. And that's the only severe thunderstorm watch we have. So that's it right there. You're looking at it. And that is a severe thunderstorm watch, like I said, for Tuscaloosa, as well as Birmingham. And the line is at Tuscaloosa now. Birmingham, you're coming up soon. And so there is a marginal risk for some strong weather here, but I don't see anything really severe right now. I also don't believe there's any kind of couplet or rotation in here. So let's do, we'll do the single site real quick. We'll take a look out of the Alabaster radar here. Here it comes. But I want to look at it in high res velocity, and I don't see any rotation. I don't see anything really. A little suspicious there, and I really don't see anything. It's I really don't see it. Let's get a second opinion and a third opinion. Again, the only thing that's suspicious is this right here. I think those are just, that's just all along that line. I really think that's all that is. Okay, so but that's what we've got right now. Currently, only one severe thunderstorm warning, and that's it, nationwide right now. All right, so let's keep an eye out. We are watching Tel Aviv. We're watching Beirut, Jerusalem. All kinds of different views out there right now of different things to see if there's any action being taken one way or the other. And then upper left, also that one is a bunch of shots in the Middle East as well. We've got LA, we've got New York earlier. I'm rolling this loop from earlier. And there's just the other videos we've had have gone down. I got 2 more now. The other 2 I had from LA. One of them's moving again, lower left. Upper right is dead. So I've lost almost every feed. And that other guy, he's just driving his bike down the road. I don't know if he's ever going to actually make it to the damn protest or not. Who knows? I got to go back and see if I can find some more stuff to put on here. I hate when Windows tries to download updates without even asking. Man, I've got every kind of update that there is turned off on this computer. Literally every kind. And I've even got Microsoft firewalled, and it still is somehow downloading updates it can't quite get them installed. I'm using a Virgin 7-year-old Windows version. When I mean virgin, it's the way I installed it. It's the way I got this copy. It's my favorite copy. It works best, and this copy works every time. All I have to do is just install it, and it's good to go. It's a pro version, and I go in and I turn off all the updates and everything. And somehow Windows is starting to try to update now, even though everything is turned off. It's still trying to do it. Yeah, Windows Update is the spawn of Satan and the Antichrist all at the same time. Wow, Yellow, you're close there. Okay, Matt, well, have a good dinner. Olive Garden. I like Olive Garden, but it's a ripoff for me to eat in there. I walk in there and all their entrees come with salad and soup. I don't eat their salad and I don't eat their soup. So for me to go in there, I have to literally waste all that money because it comes with the dinner. It comes with the dinner. Well, no, that means you're paying for it with the dinner. And I always walk in there and I say, look, I got friends that love to eat in there. Every time they come to town, every time I go see them, they got to eat at Olive Garden, for Christ's sake. So I go in there and every time I ask, is there any way I can get an entree without all the bullshit? And she says, well, it's the same price, but I can just not bring you all the bullshit. And I'm like, well, that doesn't help, okay? Look, you're charging me $17 or something for chicken Alfredo. And then you want $2 more. Oh, you want broccoli on that too? Well, that's $2 more. They're nickel and diming me. And then they tell me, well, you know, you have to pay for the soup even though you don't want it. And you have to pay for the salad even though you don't want it. And I'm like, you know, that's a shit business model. It really is, because there's people like me out here that I would never go in. I would never suggest to eat there or go in there. Not because I don't like the food. The waiters are great. The waitresses are great. The staff is wonderful. The restaurant is always beautiful and clean. The food is to die for. But I'm not. Every time I go in there, I feel like I'm taking it up the tailpipe, and I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't take it anymore. And so I don't. I purposely just don't. I won't eat there. I hate that. But I just, generally speaking, I don't eat there. And it's because of their stupid policy. And you know what? When I do go there with my friends, you know what I have to do? I'll order me mozzarella sticks and a side of broccoli or something like that, and just eat it. I agree with you, William. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And the fact that they forced these updates on you, it reminded me of them trying to force those those shitty vaccines on us during COVID. That's what it reminded me of. All these damn forced updates. Windows don't care if you want the update or not. They force it on you. Android's the same way. I've got a broken phone now. Not broken, but it's one I can do what I want with. And I forced it to where it will not update. I don't want updates. I don't. Look, you only use this phone for 2 years, and then you throw it out, or you repurpose it. You only use it as your primary phone for what, a year, 2 years at the most? Why does it need to update 19 times? Why does it need to update during the meeting with my boss? Why does it need to update and do it at the most inopportune times? Why, when it updates at 2 in the morning, does it have to open up and turn on and make a bunch of noises in the middle of the night? I think it's ridiculous. And Windows is even more ridiculous. You can go in and turn off Windows Update, and it will still decide which updates you need, because some updates are so important that they're going to pull rank on you and basically tell you no. And you know what? You signed a contract when you started using Windows. When you installed it and you click here if you agree, you signed a contract that says that you understand that Microsoft still owns this software and that you are susceptible to their wishes. And if they want to update your ass once a week, they're going to update it. And so you're kind of stuck. We're stuck with it. I'm looking at options right now. I'm looking at, there's a really clean install of Windows that is a version that someone has stripped and made and taken all the bloatware out and all the bullshit. I may try to run that in here, and if it works, I'll use that. But I also may just eventually end up with everything on Linux. I just can't deal with this anymore. And Windows 11 is terrible. There is no new videos out. I'm looking. And like I said, I don't get this spinning it's doing. It just keeps, and that seems to be something here on my end. They did a vigil for Khamenei in New York, and apparently, like I said, a bunch of people got their ass whooped. I don't know who whooped what, but Windows 7 was a good version of Windows. I like 10 better, but 7 was a great version. 8 was a complete unmitigated disaster. I never owned a computer with 8. And now I got one computer with 11, and I'm going to be moving that back to 10. I don't want anything to do with 11, and I won't have anything to do with 8. There's that guy getting arrested. He's got blood all coming out of his head. It's New York, so even though you're getting arrested and thrown up against the wall, you're still allowed to light a cigarette. Supermium, you know, I think that's the one someone told me about. I got a couple guys I'm working with. Joseph, you guys know from Scuffed Radio, and also Jake from work. He's our production manager at work, and the two are both very helpful and very smart, and they're helping me get going. Vista was terrible. Yeah, Vista was terrible. It's every other version of Windows. You know, I say this, and I don't think people believe me. I don't think people believe me. I really don't. But I'm going to give it to you guys right here. Windows 1, pretty good. Windows 2 was terrible. Windows 3, all the way through 3.1.1 for work groups was great. Absolutely great. 95, unmitigated disaster. 98 was good. ME and NT, ME was bad. NT was good. 2000 was bad. XP was good. Vista was bad. 7 was good. 8 was bad. 10 was good. 11 is bad. How much, I honestly could not make it clearer. They literally play this game with us where every other version of Windows is an unmitigated fail. And they push it on us. They push it and push it and push it, and we end up with it, and we're stuck with it. But I'm telling you, listen to what I just said. 1 was good. 2 was bad. 3 was good. 95 was bad. 98 was good. ME was bad. NT was good. 2000 was bad. XP was good. Vista was bad. 7 was good. 8 was bad. 10 was good. 11 is bad. It doesn't get any clearer than that. Every major version of Windows went back and forth between great and terrible. What the F? Again, what the F? I really think there's something to that. Yeah, XP was great. XP was great. 7 was pretty good. 10's been great. I used 98 for the longest time, man. 98 was good. You want to see the flight tracker? All right, I'll put it up. All right, there it is. That's the live flight tracker right now, the Flight Radar 24. And you can see there they are steering ass clear of Iran, Iraq, and even Israel. This is live data coming in from Flight Radar 24. That's pretty cool, Dispatch. I loved Windows XP. I have a virtual machine that will run Windows. It runs a version of Windows XP within the virtual machine that's running in Windows 10. Yep, that whole Windows good bad thing has always been amazing to me, and it's kept up. And I know when 12 or whatever the next one is going to be called, because they can't ever make up their mind on what numbering convention they're going to use. Whenever they figure out what they're going to do, and by the way, I don't know if you realize it or not, but they might be staying with this numbering convention. I don't know. So they might just go to 12, hopefully. A criticism they've had over the years is not having a standard numbering convention. 123 95 98 XP NT 979. You know, and then they go 7 8 and skip 9 and go to 10. It doesn't really make sense when you think about it. Nothing they really do makes a lot of sense. I mean, it could be the government for all I know. All right, I'm looking for video still. And the storm, there's not a lot of storm chasers out because, again, there's not a lot going on. It's not a real destructive night out there. These storm chasers are all showing replay shit, trying to get some hits. A lot of them just replay old stuff, and then people tune in for 5 minutes and don't realize that they're playing something from 3 weeks ago. And they stay for a little while, and it gives them some numbers. Yep, used PC parts. Yeah, I hate laptops as well. I've got mine over here that's got Windows 11 in it, and I'm kind of stuck right now because it's got Windows 11 in it, and I hate it. But I don't generally buy laptops. I have one that I have for remote broadcasting, and that's it. Everything else I do, I build towers. I also have 5 or 6. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 6 of these HP thin clients. They're like small profile computers. I've got a bunch of those I've been buying for about $100 a piece. They're refurbs, and they've worked good. So far, I have not had one completely fail. I took a lightning strike, and 2 of them, the HD or some of the display ports went out on some of them, but they still work. Yeah, that makes sense with the 9. I get it. Yeah, I've got about 4 or 5 towers that I've kept, but they're getting so old now, I'm probably going to junk them at some point. They still fire up, I think, but I just don't need them anymore. They're just slow. They got banger hard drives in them. They don't have a lot of RAM. All the stuff I'm using now has 32 megs of RAM. It all has solid state hard drives. $32 gigs of RAM. I think I said megs of RAM. 32 gigs of RAM anyway. I gotta find. There is no more video. I mean, this is crazy. There's no storm chaser video. My Lord, I guess I'll just sign off and go to bed, but it's only 7:30. Let's keep looking here. This National Day of Call to Action, or whatever the frick they're calling it, let me tell you something, it's another bust. There's really nothing going on, and everybody's heading home. All these rallies and protests, everybody's heading home. All right, here's one. They're not getting the anarchists to show up because they don't stay late enough, they don't do enough, they don't distract enough, they don't draw enough, and so they technically, they're just not drawing the anarchists that you would expect to be there. All right, I'm going to turn that tracker off. Oh, wow, Merlins. That's bad. Yeah, I bet. Raven County, Georgia. There we go. Isn't that Raven? Anyway, yeah, so, yeah, it's coming all through up there, but I don't see any severe weather at this point. It's all just moderate weather. This, the one that says earlier there, it's rolling. It's from earlier. I'm trying to find more videos. I don't think there is any more. What are you doing? Shit, I don't know. All right, guys, I do need to cycle this video, and we got about 43 of us in here now. I hate to do this, but I'm going to cycle the video. I'm going to restart the computer. This may help the problem I'm having right now as well. I'm going to start a brand new stream. I'll be back up in about 10 minutes. So you guys just find me. Yeah, you guys just find me, and we'll be back up, okay? But I have to recycle this because if I get demonetized, I don't want to lose the entire day's work. So I'm going to split tonight's video up into probably 3 different videos. We'll see how it goes, maybe 2. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to play a song out and a song back in again. I did have one here that you guys have never heard before. Let me just pull that up real quick. I've already played the lyrics once, but not the song. It makes me 2 songs with every set of lyrics, and sometimes I like them both, so I keep it. And this is a song about the protesting and all. I'm sorry, it's about the what's going on in the Middle East right now. And it's written kind of like the Highwayman, Willie Nelson and the Highwaymen. So, but it's pretty good. I'm downloading that now. I played the other one yesterday. It was pretty good. Oh, there it is. Okay, guys, I'm going to roll you out with this song, and I'm going to take a 10-minute break, and I'm going to restart the computer while I'm doing that, and I'll be right back. We'll catch you guys on the other side. As Chuck used to say, we'll be back in 2 and 2. Stay with us. This is the Sights and Sounds of Earth, right here on YouTube on Starship Adventures.
From the dusty sands of Iraq to the Holy Land shore, we stood tall against the tyrants, settled in the score. Flying over the desert, fighting for what's right, waving old glory under that desert night.
Terror's got no place in this world we defend. With our allies
Pro-conservative values from heart to head, and a terror and a commie and a lunacy too. Pro-America, pro-flag, red, white, and true. Standing strong with Israel, hand in hand we fight for freedom and faith under God's own light. Saddam's regime crumbled, we brought the light of day. No more hiding in shadows, we pay freedom's way. Trump knew the deal with walls and bold calls, kept the radicals running, built those embassy walls. Our bond with Israel, unbreakable chain against Hamas and hatred, we weather the rain.
Make America great, like Trump always said. Pro-conservative values from heart to head, and I terror, commie, and that lunacy too. Pro-America, pro-flag, red, white, and true. Standing strong with Israel, hand in hand we fight for freedom and faith under God's own light.
No room for the socialists spinning their lies, or the crazies dividing with their wild-eyed cries. We honor our heroes, the ones who gave all for family, for country, answering the call. Trump led the charge with grit and with grace, keeping our nation in its rightful place. From Baghdad to Jerusalem, the eagle soars high with stars on our banner, touching the sky. We'll never back down, no surrender inside.
Pro-Trump, pro-values, we'll win this fight. Oh, make America great, like Trump always said. Pro-conservative values from heart to head, and our terror and our commie and our lunacy too. Pro-America, pro-flag, red, white, and true. Standing strong with Israel, hand in hand we fight for freedom and faith.
Forever inside.
All right, guys, I'm commencing a restart. Please join us back in about 10 minutes.